I hate when people ask, where do you see yourself in 10 years' time?
I think I would like to see myself working in a large company, in a management position. If you get a job like that, then the money always follows, and that's nice as well. If you're a good manager, then you become a good senior manager, and then you get a good pay rise and a good bonus. I mean, the company that I worked for already, they've basically said, if we ever have, if you stay with that company in a few years' time when there's an opening in Hong Kong or Shanghai, you'll be the first one on the plane.
If that's going to be me for the next few years, then I'm not going to know where I'm going to end up. I could end up in Africa. The way Africa's going, huge investment from Europe and from China. I speak English, I speak French, I speak some Chinese. In terms of my friends in the UK, I think I probably have a brighter future than the ones that I kept in touch with. I've only got 4 friends from high school left. 3 of them have been struggling to find jobs since they graduated. So I spent 18 years in the UK, one of those 18 years in Nottingham, the other 17 in Birmingham, and 5 years in Hong Kong, and lots of summer holidays in Spain. It's strange, I'm very British, but Birmingham isn't... I don't feel this identity with Birmingham. I don't identify with the way a lot of people who grew up here do. I'm more distant from it. Even when I lived here, I was more distant from the city. So if my mum actually left Birmingham, I probably wouldn't come back, because there wouldn't be anything to come back for. So living in Birmingham would eventually become some distant memory, which is quite a sad way to look at the town that you were born in, that you went to school in. But yeah. I mean, I do think that eventually the house will be sold, and then Mum will end up somewhere. She might go and live in the countryside, she might go back to Spain. But yeah, I think that would where Mum is will probably be where home is. The truth is that I mean, I have ideas of where I'll be in 1 year's time, 2 years' time, 5 years' time, 10 years' time. I have ideas, but what I find is where I thought I'd see myself in 1 year's time, 1 year later, it's not really there. In 5 years' time, I'll see myself as graduated, working. I'm not too sure exactly where, what job. Maybe working in the accountancy firm that I mentioned. Maybe working for another kind of firm. For all I know, I could end up working in China or the US or something. I have no idea. The only thing I know is that I'll probably be moving around a lot. In terms of between my siblings, I have okay relations with both of them, but I don't feel, I don't have an incredibly close relationship. I think the biggest influence that it's had over me is it's made me more independent. So sometimes a bit cynical, but I don't know if I can say that's life or whatever. I remember the jumpers. My dad made them. We all had the same but different jumpers with panda bears. But same but different. My brother's one was blue, mine was the purple one, my sister had the pink one. That one was taken just before I went to Hong Kong. In this room. This one's at uni. I don't really like the photo, but kind of has to go up. When I was there, I wanted to stay there for a very long time. That's my dad. Don't remember him very much. I was very young when he died. But childhood dreams, I'm sure I must have had them, I just don't really remember them. And probably the same thing, I wanted to be... I never wanted to be famous, I always wanted to be rich. Famous people, they get bad things said about them, and I felt sorry for them when I was a child. I never felt sorry for the stuff that they got there. Sometimes I dreamt about being Prime Minister, being powerful and rich, but never famous. And then I realised that Prime Ministers were famous, and I didn't want to be them anymore. So yeah, that's my childhood dream, really. It's quite a pathetic one. It's quite strange, actually. If I say yes to this offer, then the rest of my uni life and feel secure. There's no stress. There's no problem with the grades. Well, there is issues with the grades, but I still have to work, but I don't have to... I've got a level which I need to get. I don't have to think if I get that little bit higher, then maybe I'll get a job. I just have to get what I need to get the job. So it really feels quite weird. And everybody struggles so much when they're looking for jobs after they graduate. So many of my friends haven't even been able to get jobs. And to think that I could get one before I even finish my studies. It's a dream come true for a lot of people. And yeah, it was a dream for me. But when you finally get the dream, you realise that maybe it's what you want, but then you want something else as well. I don't know. My full name is George William John Payne. In terms of me, I don't know how to describe myself. Something interesting about myself. I don't know. It's up to other people to decide what's interesting about me. Maybe that's one of the most interesting things about myself. Fine, knock knock.
Who's there?
You find out, you open the fucking door.